Hello, everyone, and welcome to the next session of Google Analytics brought to you by Uplatz. And in the last sessions, we have completed reports on real-time audience acquisition and behavior. We have reached the last stage, which is called conversions. So on conversions, we have goals. If you see this, this report requires goals to be enabled for the view. What are goals? Goals are the versatile way to measure how well your site and app fulfills target objectives. So I've been completely talking about it over the entire session as to what is the importance of goals and why you should have goals. So you have events, and you should be like the process is to go to Google Tag Manager and create events, which will essentially be tags on particular action places on the website. And all of these events then probably becomes a goal. For example, buying a product becomes a goal. And then the next one could be conversions, which is essentially setting up a goal. So I would go ahead and see if I can set up a goal over the call itself. So I'll do a new goal, and let me say newsletter sign up. So I'll do this newsletter sign up. Let's say I'm just putting a random goal saying pages or screens per session, and pages or screens per session is greater than 1. Assign a monetary value. So if there's a monetary value, I would go ahead and assign a monetary value. So okay, I went a little too fast, so I'll just go ahead and go through goal setup. uh, you can choose any one of the following if it belongs, or if it means what do you call it, if it is you know oh my god. Okay. So you can set up, if any of these make sense to your website, you can use this, or you can create something of your own. So for right now, I'll just do newsletter sign up, because this on the website, if you go on the website, you will see there is a newsletter sign up. But if I inspect this, you'll see there is no event triggered here. So it says input type submit, name submit, class this, ID this. So value subscribe. So I don't see an event being triggered, so I cannot find it here. So in that case, that's why I said the first thing would be to set up an event for this. In that case, if I had set up an event, so what I would do is I do a custom view here. And in case of a custom view, I would call it, say, newsletter sign up. And I would probably, or what I can do is I can just say newsletter sign up. I don't need a custom view. I'll click on custom, click on description. It says newsletter sign up. Now the goal ID is 1, so I have 20 goals. Remember, you can add only a maximum up to 20 goals and not more than that. So in that case, the name is being picked up from the top. So you can add either the name from the list, or you can just add your own name. What do you want it to be? Do you want it to be a destination, so it can be reaching a particular page on the website? Do you want it to be a duration? So do you want sessions that were more than 5 minutes, or like you want people to be engaged on your website or be there on your website? And you can use the duration section here. Pages or screens per session. So for example, you want to add like there should be at least 2 pages visited. In that case, you call it an newsletter sign up, or do you want it to be an event? In this case, the best way would be to be an event, and an event being set up on a click of this button. Or what you can do, if suppose I would say this @gmail.com, and I click on subscribe. For some reason it's not letting me subscribe. There you go. But it did not go to a different page, so I cannot set up anything. So the only way for this particular case would be to set up an event when you click on the subscribe button. And that would mean that you create an event and then click on continue. So that'll be, for example, let's say, see, it's all red because there's no event setup. So I'll have to go back. And for the sake of this video, let's go with pages per session and greater than 1. Click on save. You'd see a newsletter sign up thing has come up. So what I'll do is now is I'll go to conversions and go to goals and click on overview. So you'll see now I have everything because I set up at least one goal. So the option is, so you can see only one goal here. And you would see that since I set up, okay, the tracking does not happen historically. There is no way for it to track historical data, but it'll start tracking from now. So that's why you'd see 0 here, and you would see that it has not done tracking retroactively. So for the last month, you still see 0 completions. So if I come back 5 days from now, because my goal is newsletter sign up and pages per session greater than 1, I will at least see something being happening here. So in that case, I would see goal completion, so goal conversion rate, goal value, if I would have provided a value, a monetary value while setting up the goal. Newsletter sign up, total abandonment rate, if people reach a particular place and abandoned it. So if you see there's a rate at which the goals were abandoned. So from the start till the beginning, if someone drops off. So you would see goal completions, values, and everything here. And you can also see a split by source medium. You can see which sources of medium brought you the most of goal completions. Again, very handy if you want to set up your SEO optimizations and Google ad optimizations. Now, we'll go to the next one, which is goal URLs. Now, this will give you the goal completions on certain pages. So example, if my page, if my current goal is to have more than 2 pages, more than 1 pages per session, it'll start giving me all the pages that had more than 1 pages on after the second page, what were the goals completed. So for example, if let's imagine a hypothetical scenario that this subscribe button is there on 5 different pages, or let's say this read more button is there on 5 different pages, and I set up the same event category, same event action, and same event level for this read more on all those 5 pages. It'll give me by page what were the different goal your pages and how many completions happen and what is the different value. So you can then compare pages and see from a goals perspective or from a conversion perspective which of these pages are actually bringing more value to your device or to your pocket. And then there's a reverse goal path which we probably don't use much. Goal completion location, and then what is the previous step and what was the previous step before that and the step before that. So you know how people eventually reached your goal, so you would want to optimize the intermediate steps as well. Funnel visualization, I cannot see anything here right now, again, because the goal was set up 5 minutes back. So you'd see a funnel as to what I talked about as to what are the different drop-off rates. Goal flow gives you from a direct page, there were 18 funnel exits. So I think this is talking about newsletter sign up, and they were from direct, there were 18 and 9 from Google sessions. And it is showing me a retroactive data saying that from direct there were 18 sessions and 18 of them were newsletter signups, and from Google there were 9 sessions and 9 of them were newsletter signups, which is essentially not a newsletter signup, but it's called number of pages per session is greater than 1. In any time, if you want to have a look at all your goals, you can click here and click on goals, and you would get a list of all the goals that you have created already. This is very handy if you want to create something. So as I talked about, I'll go back and click on goals again. So you'd see there are 19 goals left to be created. So what you can do is you can create this as well and click on edit. You can verify the goal. So you can just see the goal would have a 40.91% conversion rate based on the data from the last 7 days. So you can understand whether you have set up the goal right or not. This is also very handy place to identify that. Now, if I want to delete a particular goal, I can, or if I want to stop the recording of a particular goal, I can just stop the recording of it. So stop recording the goal anymore. I can just do that as and when I wish to stop or start a goal based on certain campaigns that I have been running. Now, going to e-commerce, again, this is not an e-commerce website, and hence, see, it says this report requires e-commerce tracking to be set up. E-commerce track is a snippet of code you can include on your website or app to collect transaction data such as product sales, purchase amounts, billing location, connecting Google Analytics account. Since this is not an e-commerce website, this is not set up. Again, it has to be set up on your HTML code as a snippet of code. And then you can understand product performance, sales performance, the transactions that you make, that people make, and the time to purchase. Multi-channel funnels, I don't think this is again applicable to this thing, but this is if you want to look at based on Google Ads, if you want to add more channels to it, you can see how. So this is more beta and advanced version of things. So this is not appropriately set up for this particular web page. So sorry, clicked on something. Okay, so this is not set up right for this particular website, but if it makes sense to you, we'll be covering this in the advanced section, and we will let you know when the session is available. So that's it on the conversions end. The basic idea before I end the video is to have events set up, have goals set up, and this will let you make conversions or set up conversions for your website. Because when a website is made, it is made with a vision, and the vision is to serve the customer in any proper need, and you would love to track this based on goals and conversion, which is a direct impact that you will be making through the website. So I would urge that you have the event set up for your website for particulars. It's not difficult. You can use Google Tag Manager to set them up. For example, a click here or a click here or a click here, or subscribe button here, or anything of that sort. So like maybe a click here. So you can call each of these the same event, saying expansion as the event category, and you click on all of these, or you could call them services as the event category, so you would know how many goals were completed by people clicking on the services buttons that you have to offer. And it gives you a good clustered insights for your website, so that you can make the more insightful recommendations from people's trends and paths through on Google Analytics. So in the next session, we'll be covering the discover section and the customization section, which will mark the end of this series of Google Analytics Intermediate and Beginner course. Thank you for watching, and